Hello everyone, welcome back. Well, in today's lesson, we are going to look at alpha blockers. They are adrenergic antagonists. So these drugs inhibit adrenergic response mediator through alpha receptors without affecting those mediator through beta receptors. So these are classified into selective alpha 1 blocker, selective alpha 2 blockers, and non-selective, that means they block both alpha 1 and alpha 2 receptors. The selective alpha 1 blockers are prazosin, terazosin, doxazosin, tamsulosin, and alprazosin. And selective alpha 2 blockers is only one drug, it is yohimbine. And in non-selective alpha blocker, they are divided into reversible and irreversible. Reversible drug are phentolamine and tolazolin, while irreversible is a phenoxybenzamine. Let's see some general effects of alpha blockers. The general effects of alpha blockers are it causes blockade of vasoconstriction because of blockade of alpha 1 and alpha 2 receptors. Due to this, there is reduction in the peripheral resistance and causes pooling of blood in the capacitance vessels so that venous return and cardiac output also reduce, and which results in the fall in BP and postural hypotension. That means fall in BP when posture is changed, like from lying position to standing position. This is called postural hypotension. And next, it also causes nasal stiffness, results from blockade of alpha receptors in the nasal blood vessel, and also miosis. This is due to blockade of blood vessels in the radial muscle of iris. And intestinal motility is increased. Tone of smooth muscle in the bladder and prostate is reduced so that urine flow in the patient with benign hypertrophy of prostate is improved. Now let's see about the individual drugs. Phenoxybenzamine is a non-selective alpha blocker. It blocks both alpha 1 and alpha 2 receptors. It reacts with the alpha receptors by forming strong covalent bonds. This blockade is irreversible type and develops gradually and lasts for 3 to 4 days till fresh receptors are synthesized. It causes postural hypotension because it causes venodilation and arterial dilation, but venodilation is more prominent than arterial dilation. And it is a lipid soluble and penetrates the brain and produces the CNS stimulation like nausea and vomiting. The major side effects of this drug are nasal blockage, miosis, and inhibition of ejaculation. The main use of this phenoxybenzamine is used in the pheochromocytoma. So what is pheochromocytoma? It is a tumor of adrenal medullary cells. So excess of catecholamines are secreted and keep on binding to alpha and beta receptors. Reacting with alpha receptors causes vasoconstriction and increase in the blood pressure. So in pheochromocytoma, there is persistent hypertension and it is diagnosed by estimating the urinary VMA, which is a metabolite of catecholamines. Also, a pharmacological test can be performed to diagnose it. It is phentolamine test. Phentolamine is a reversible alpha blocker. 5 mg phentolamine is given intravenously over 1 minute in recumbent, that is lying position subject. If there is fall in the systolic blood pressure more than 35 and diastolic blood pressure more than 25 is indicative of pheochromocytoma. Phenoxybenzamine can be used orally for 1 to 2 weeks preoperatively and infuse it intravenously during surgery. Next, phentolamine. It is a rapidly acting alpha blocker which with a short duration of action. It equally blocks alpha 1 and alpha 2 receptors. It causes noradrenaline release and venodilation predominates the over arterial dilation. And it is used as a quick and short acting alpha blocker for diagnosing and intraoperative management of pheochromocytoma, and also used to control hypertension due to clonidine withdrawal. And in the Chase reaction, it occurs in the patients taking monoamine oxidase inhibitors after they consume the food with the high tyramine content such as cheese, beans, and red wine. So there is increased hypertension in these patients. So phentolamine is used for these 3 conditions. Next, moving on to prazosin. It is a selective alpha 1 blocker. It blocks all subtypes of alpha 1 blockers, that is alpha 1A, alpha 1B, and alpha 1D equally. It blocks the sympathetically mediated vasoconstriction and produces a fall in BP. It dilates arterioles more than veins. So postural hypertension is less, cause dizziness and fainting as first dose effect. And the side effects include miosis, nasal stiffness, and etc. Coming to uses, it is primarily used as antihypertensive and in the Raynaud's disease and BHP, benign hypertrophy of prostate. So here it is the normal prostate where the prostate gland is normal and the urine flow is normal. But in the benign prostatic hyperplasia, there is an enlarged prostate. It pushes against the urethra and the bladder so that there is difficulty in the urination. Here it is the compressed urethra. So alpha blockers decrease the tone of prostatic and bladder neck muscle, that reducing the dynamic obstruction and increase urinary flow. Along with this, 5-alpha reductase inhibitor are also given that arrest the growth of size of the prostate. And Raynaud's disease. It is a condition in which some area of the body feel numb and cool in certain circumstances. So smaller arteries that supply blood to skin are constricted excessively in response to cold, which causes affected area to change their color to white due to loss of blood supply, and then red if blood flows returns. This is called Raynaud's phenomena. Next, moving on to other drugs, terazosin, doxazosin, alfuzosin, and tamsuzosin. These are the congeners of prazosin. They are functionally chemically similar to that of prazosin, and the bioavailability of terazosin is 90% and T half is of 12 hours, while doxazosin is 18 hours and alfuzosin is 5 hours. They are used in the benign hypertrophy of prostate and the hypertension. More popular for use in the BHP due to single daily dose and evidence that they promote apoptosis in the prostate. So this is about the alpha blockers. Thank you for watching.